Hello, fellow YouTubers. I know it's been a while, but I've been really busy, and now everything's calmed down. And more importantly, it's pickup video time. So let's do this. So, I started off Saturday actually going to a garage sale. They were supposed to have video games, and they sold a lot of them. And they were all modern games anyway, like Madden and stuff. Not stuff I was interested in anyway. And so we decided to go to a pawn shop near there. We walked in there, and it's funny to watch these prices in these pawn shops goes up because there are NES games there. The cheapest one I could find at this pawn shop was $6. Okay, prices on these things have gone up a lot in the pawn shops in my area. And I looked at the PS3 and 360 games and didn't find anything interesting. My wife went over to look at the Game Boy games, and most pawn shops actually put a lot of Game Boy games just like in a cardboard box, and you just have to dig through them to see if there's anything good. And she happened to come across this Game Gear game. It was the guy. She asked how much it was, and the guy said $1. And I got it because most Game Gear games actually around here cost between $3 and $4 when I go to like my Mega Replay or whatever retro store. So I picked it up, and it was Chuck Rock on the Game Gear. Never played it on the Game Gear before. Be kind of cool to play it, put it in, and see what it's like. But in case you're wondering, yes, I did go to my Mega Replay. And I did pick up 6 games because you buy 5 games. The 6th one, lowest game, is of course free. And the first 2 games I got were on the NES. And this first one is, I originally played the first Star Tropics on the NES. Fell in love with the game because it was just a different RPG, more set kind of in the real world, a kid. It was, again, back in those days, those RPGs they were all different. They weren't all the same like they are today. And there was just something about that game, something charm that I fell in love with. And so when I found out there was a Star Tropics 2, Zoda's Revenge, I originally got this game when it came out and played it. Why I didn't fall in love with this game entirely like I did the first one, I still really like this game a lot. And it is a shame, like I say a lot of things, that Nintendo never made a third one. Because I think a modern RPG like this would be really cool. But anyway, again, this was back in a time where RPGs were all different. There was no formula like it is today. So, really great game. Now, the second NES game I got is basically because I love the movie. Now, this isn't a great game, but it's not the worst game either. It is none other than Ghostbusters 2, made by Activision. Now, whoever owned this decided around the edges of every little crack in this cartridge, they were going to put tiny red marker. Which really doesn't bother me, but, clearly somebody was bored. Anyway, I love Ghostbusters, and this sticker was in perfect condition. Cart was in perfect condition. Had to pick it up. So the next 2 games I got were PlayStation 2 games. And this time around, pretty much every game I've got had tied to some kind of memory with me. And this first one I got when Spider-Man 2 came out because I liked the movie a lot. And I wanted to try the movie game. And I know a lot of movie games aren't that good, but I only paid, of course, $2.99 for this because it says on the top right here. But Spider-Man 2 on the PlayStation 2 is a great game. I love this game a lot because it actually made me feel like Spider-Man swinging through the city. Now, this was made by Treyarch. And there are characters in here that obviously aren't in the movie. And I just love this game. I just loved swinging as Spider-Man through New York in this game. It was just a great, fun game. And I honestly can't wait to play through it again. A lot of fun with that game. Now, this next one is actually the first game in the series I played. I know you've been around a long time. How could you have not played this series before? Well, I never owned a Master System, and I never picked it up on the Genesis. So I originally rented Phantasy Star Universe on the PlayStation 2. I just love this RPG, just the whole world, so many different races and different creatures to fight, with the space added in. I had a lot of fun with this game. Almost beat this game when I rented it. And this was one of those games that I was playing, and my wife was sitting down and just watching me play the game. That's how much we both actually liked this game. And I always wanted to play the expansion that came out for this on the PlayStation 2 and PC, but I never had a chance to play it. So I want to play through this and eventually pick up that add-on disc for this. But really, I like this game a lot. Again, if you like the older Phantasy Star games, you may not like this game. It just depends on, how you feel about some of the changes they make. But really, I like this game a lot. Now, the next two games are the more rare and awesome games that I picked up. And this first one is a Super Nintendo game that I have a lot of memories of. Now, when I walked up to the case here, they had this and two other games sitting there that I really had debate on picking up. They had Final Fantasy II for the Super Nintendo, they had Final Fantasy III for the Super Nintendo, and then they had Super Castlevania 4. Now, Final Fantasy III I have a lot of memories of because I played that game over and over again to finally get to the final multi-stage boss at the end, which just destroyed me. It took me a while, but I eventually beat that boss. And Final Fantasy II, I just loved it because I loved the original Final Fantasy. And I picked this game, Super Castlevania, if you're wondering, because I was a big Castlevania fan. And one of the things that made me love Konami back then was me and my best friend, before I guess it became a big thing, we decided one day that we would mail a letter to a video game company, asking if they had any promos or any information about upcoming games. Because this is when, I guess, really before EGM started rolling really good in GamePro. And they would, and surprisingly enough, in letters, they would send us, like, flyers of upcoming games, just little one-way. I wish I had kept all this stuff, just almost like the advertisements in the magazine, but they were individually glossy pictures of upcoming games or newsletters they had. And one of the things was, one time Konami actually sent us details about an upcoming game and asked us to take a survey if we'd be interested in it. And it was kind of cool that happened. And so I always liked Konami back then. And I loved Castlevania. So when Super Castlevania 4 came out, my best friend got it. And we beat this game. Wasn't an easy game. But on Saturdays when you couldn't rent a game or didn't really feel like playing anything, we would throw this game in and play it. I actually always loved the old school Castlevania games. So this game, I really can't wait to play this game. It's going to bring back a lot of memories for me. I love the old Castlevania games. But the coolest thing I found was something I've been looking for my wife for a while. Now, the PlayStation 1, a while ago, I had picked up Lunar 2, Alundra 1, and Alundra 2 from Working Designs. And we had all those games on our PlayStation 1. Never really played Alundra 2 much, by the way. Lunar 2 much. But this was the game my wife played for about 2 weeks straight. I sat and watched her play it every day. And she liked this game a lot, and it was Lunar Silver Star Complete. Now, this is one of those funny cases where you go into a game store and you're not looking for this game. I've been going and looking for a while, and we were just sitting there talking, because I always go to the PlayStation 1 games first, because there's a lot of rare games, that I want to get for it. And at my retro store, rare games go rather quickly. They don't last very long. So you either find them when they're on the shelf, kind of like when I saw Dragon Quest 7, didn't get it, went there a couple hours later, it was gone. And I was looking for a Pacific version of this, and this was, of course, the one with the cloth map and the art book and everything, because we had it. And it was there for $40, and my wife was sitting there, and we had actually set a budget of maybe $20 to spend that day. So we decided I'd pick this up for her for her birthday, which comes up next month. And don't worry, I'm going to get her another gift, because anybody who's been married in a relationship knows, even though she wants this and says, this is my birthday gift, they still want you to get him another gift. And if you don't, you're going to be in hot water. But for those who never got this game, let me show you what's in it. And I just loved watching her. I can't wait to watch her. She wants to play this game again. For those who don't know, an update, because I haven't talked about what my wife plays. We had Ratchet & Clank. The first Ratchet & Clank came out for the PS3. We picked up the PS3, and my wife played it for just a short amount of time and never played it again. This weekend she started playing again and really rocking through the game. So maybe when she's done with that, she'll start playing this. But anyway, this is what the case looks like. Love these old school 2-disc cases. This has 4 discs in it, of course, though. And one of the things, the hardest thing, we could have picked this game up before without the cloth map and the booklet, but we wanted the booklet because it was one we originally had. And this cloth map is just so cool. Just something people don't do anymore. Awesome. A poster or a cloth map of the land. Really cool. Awesome. Awesome. Really, the only thing I really need, honestly, if you want to talk about, really, I think I want out of these big package working designs things is, of course, Arc the Lad collection, which I do not have Arc the Lad yet, but I'll eventually get that. And, of course, this is the Lunar book. It's a 100-page book, which is probably more of an actual strategy guide, I would say, than really more of a strategy guide than an art book, because a lot of this is, you know, how to do items. I mean, there is artwork in here. You know, there is artwork, but it's really cool to have this. I mean, something that I don't like, you know, to be honest with you, when they do limited editions anymore, I don't like the stupid goggles and stuff. You know what you want to do? You want me to get your art book? Give me an awesome art book for your limited edition. Give me an awesome soundtrack or something. I'm happy, you know, really. But this was really cool. It was $40. It's for a birthday. I'm really glad to find this. This is something I've been really looking forward for us. The only game I really, honestly, that we played that I really have left to find on the PlayStation 1 that we both have a lot of memories for is, of course, the War games. It was a DEFCON 1, I believe it was, on the PlayStation 1. It's not a hard game to find on eBay. It's just, I've never seen it in the wild. It's one of those games where if you ask the guys at the counter, they don't know what you're talking about. But guys, that's my pickup video for now. I will see you guys in another video, hopefully shortly. Bye for now.